Om Shanti. Welcome to another series of Weekend Web Meditation classes, Reconnect to Your InnerNet. And this week, we have chosen topic from upset to set. And as it is very convincing from the topic itself that it is something related with our mood swing, or why we get upset. And if I am not wrong, and if I ask you, I think I should not ask how many times we get upset and how long it takes to set. And as I can see, most of you like this topic very much, and I will really try to justify this topic with you. Well, if we need to understand this mood swing or from upset to set, we need to go step by step. Answering, as per my understanding, we should answer four steps of from upset to set. Now, I will go with four questions from upset to set. These four questions are: number one, why do I get upset? Why or when I get upset? Number two, what I should do to make myself set immediately. Immediate, immediate way of setting myself. Question number three, what training I should give to my mind and intellect so that I cannot get upset for the same reason any further or next time. Question number four, what 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 should I do for my emotional stability? What should I do to make myself, to keep myself emotionally stable? So, we will be understanding this process of from upset to set in these four questions. I repeat questions. Question number one, why I get upset or when I get upset. Question number two, what should I do to set my mood immediately? Question number three, what training I should give myself not to get upset again for same reason. And question number four, what should I do for emotional stability for long view? So before we start with all these questions, the important thing is to understand what is called mood. What do we mean by mood? Nowadays, this is the most common word, right from children, kids, to senior citizens. You will find this word is working very nicely. Mood. My mood is off. I don't I don't know why my mood is like this. She is in a happy mood. He is in a happy mood. And they make my mood off. So mood has become a very versatile word these days. Let me tell you, what do you mean if I ask you, what do you mean by mood? What do you mean by mood? Can you write it down? What do you mean by mood? Now, today's session, you have to do many things. You have to write in chat box, you have to write on pen and paper, and it's very important to answer. Okay, mood is a state of mind. What else? Go on. Not feeling good. Not feeling good is a bad mood. What's my current state of mind? How I feel for the moment. Feelings, emotional feelings, current state of mind. Fine. So These things we are saying mood. Mood is doing according to my feeling. Yes. Okay. Okay. Temporary mindset. Good. Acha, 1 minute. One thing I have to tell you. Have to tell you. Sitting on an online class, going through a web class, your honesty is very important. You need to be very honest with yourself because I'm not seeing you at all. You can see me, but I can't see you. And you are sitting with a pen and paper or not, I don't know. If you really like, look, I just want to say, me and my team, we really work hard to arrange a session. Throughout the week we work, we make so much coordination among ourselves, and then we try to present sessions for you. So, if you really want to take, and our honest feeling, goal, aim, target, whatever you can say, is that you should get benefit, 100% benefit of the session. We want one honesty from your side. Please follow instructions. So, in today's class, pen and paper is very important. Sit with pen and paper. Don't think you're just listening to a lecture. If you just listen to a lecture, it will just go away like lecture only. Like, I don't know how many of you really worked for cleaning your stuff in previous week. And if you really work for that, you will find that you are gaining every week, you are gaining something in your life. That is why I am saying your honesty is very important from your side. Don't think it is a lecture. If you really want to take benefit, follow the instructions. So thank you for that. Those who are following, very, very thankful. Acha. Now coming back to mood. Mood is a temporary mindset. Mood is something where actually, uh, you know, it is that momentary emotion which is different from your regular mindset. You are not regularly a angry person or a happy person or something, anything. And the mood is that other than your regular feelings, this is an extra feeling which is catching your this moment behaviors. Okay. So when we talk about mood, mood is something which get triggered by any triggers. Triggers are those reasons with which I get different moods. Moods are temporary. And sometimes you will find one trigger, if you accidentally collide with one trigger, you will go into one mood. And after some time, you collide with another trigger and you develop another mood. Sometimes it so happen your another mood can dominate your previous mood. And this is how we get mood swings. I was in this mood now, and I got some another trigger. I go into this mood. I can go in some different mood also. Mood is based on triggers. Mood is not based on your policies, your your permanent. I'm sorry, your permanent way of thinking. No, that is not mood. Mood is based on triggers only. Now, let me tell you what is a trigger. Trigger is anything and everything. Everything can be a trigger. Everything. It could be a name, it could be a person, a face, a song, a piece of memory, hunger, thirst, heat, cold, pain, illness, Anything, fear, anything can change your mood. Anything can become a trigger and it will change your mood. Like some people say, as soon as I see orchid flowers, my mood becomes good. Very nice. Some people say, oh, I don't like orchid. When I see orchid, my mood is off. Now, here comes, what do you mean by how we get a good mood and bad mood? Remember, I'm not using positive or negative mood. There is nothing called positive mood or negative mood. Positive and negative is an attitude, long term feeling. Moods are temporary. Positive mood or negative mood is a temporary, not positive, negative. It is good or bad mood. Good or bad mood is derived with likable and non likable triggers. If you got a likable trigger, your mood will be good. If you collide with non-likable trigger, your mood will be bad. Now here again, I am not saying that it is a positive or negative trigger. Say for example, my attitude is bad. My attitude is to hurt people, or my attitude is to make show off or something. So what will happen when somebody else is there and hurt they are getting hurt is a trigger for me for my good mood because my attitude is bad. So there is nothing called positive trigger or negative trigger. It's it's likable trigger or not likable trigger. So try to understand this thing very deeply that what I like, which trigger I like, and which trigger leads me to good mood is a choice based on my permanent attitude, not based on momentary mood. There is a difference between attitude and mood. I hope you are getting it. Attitude is permanent, mood is temporary. Attitude can be negative or positive. Based on your attitude, we decide positive attitude or negative attitude. If we decide this trigger is for good, means it's likable or not likable. Likable triggers leads to good mood. Non-likable triggers leads to bad mood. You know, so good mood and bad moods are based on triggers. Now, triggers could be any, just anything, the whole world, smallest piece of thing, a sound, a light, anything can be a trigger, which lead me, which leads me towards a mood that could be good mood or bad mood. So I hope you understood what we call mood. Now we understand what is called upset mood. Upset mood. Upset mood means I am uncomfortable. I am feeling disturbed. Means it is not that upset mood is like um, should I say? It's not that permanent negative thing. For temporary time being, I'm not set. I'm not set. So this is called upset. Right? This is upset. So try to understand this upset and set mood. Set mood is where I am very confident, where I am very comfortable. Upset mood is where I am feeling not comfortable. Okay, now this is whole background for this session. Now coming to first question. What's the first question? When and why I get upset. So now you understand what is mood, you understand what is triggers, and what is upset. So when do we get upset? The thing is, when I collide with non-likable triggers, my mood is upset. When I start feeling upset is a combination of feeling of failure, frustration, pain, not able to do, feeling of insult or something, all mixed. That is called upset. Now, this upset feeling I get time to time. Now, here you have to make an important understanding. What you have to do with yourself to make set. Before you want to set yourself, it's important to understand upset very much. Now take your papers and pens in your hand. Take your paper. We are not going to meditate. No, we are not meditating today. We are just reflecting. You have to make your own surgery of your mood. So take paper, pen. Honestly sit with a paper and pen. And now you are going to get relaxed. You are going to see that screen of point of light. You will be going into that feeling of meditation, and with that meditation, I'll keep giving you some questions, and you have to answer these questions, right? So now I will request to share the slide of meditation slide. And now sit comfortably, making your legs relaxed, your body relaxed. Try to hold your pen and paper with you. If you're listening on phone or something, keep your phone aside. Now, sit comfortably. Be relaxed. Be focused in your mind. Just try to be aware of your feelings. Body is whole relaxed. Breathe deeply. Calm and cool, composed. Now, feel yourself as a point of light in the middle of forehead. Now, write down on paper answer of this question. How many times you were upset in previous 1 week? Now just revise each day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and today. How many times you get upset? If you want to go a little big way, so write it down how many times you were upset recently in a month. How many times you were upset previous month. Now, try to list out triggers of each upset. Now, write down those incidents. I got upset for this reason. I got upset for this reason. And what were your incidents? What were your triggers? Write down, be very slow. There is no hurry. Just be slow. Be very slow and write down, list out triggers for each upset. Now, try to write down for each upset mood. Try to write down how much time you took to reset yourself for each different moment. You have to write answers, different timing for each upset. How much time you took to reset yourself in all previous moments, in all previous upset moments. Okay. Now, what you have to do, try to find out common triggers. If you have more than 3 incidents where you get upset, or I will say, try to list out some 7, 8 incidents where you really get upset. It may be near past or long past. Write down 7, 8 incidents where you were really upset. Now write down the triggers for each situation. Identify, remember what was the reason because of it, because of that you were upset. And how long you took to reset yourself. Okay. Now find out common triggers. Whichever trigger you can see more frequent, coming more than twice in your list, list it down separately. Be very honest with yourself. Now, triggers could be anything: a person, an incident, a name, a face, a memory, an object, heat, cold, anything. It's fine. Now, I hope words, yes, any word can be a trigger also. I hope you are ready with list of triggers now. Now come back. Thanks for the slide. Okay. So when we are, you have list of triggers with you now. Now tell me one thing. All these triggers, just go through with your list once. If you find these triggers are triggers outside you, person, word, somebody said something, something broken, something lost, heat, hunger, anything, fine. Now try to write a counterpart trigger inside yourself, a related emotion with that trigger, which is actual trigger, which is your sensitive nature. You are sensitive to triggers. Same trigger doesn't make a difference to other person, but I get highly disturbed with this trigger in my case. So for example, a person or a word or something, when I listen to these words, I get very disturbed. But the other person, when they listen to these words, they can handle it. That means I am sensitive to this word. I generate ego, or I feel insult, or I feel unhappy, something. One emotion I generate with every trigger. Try to identify your exact emotion related with that trigger. I hope you are getting it. Please write down if you are not getting it. Rest of you getting only some. No, you are understanding what I am saying. I'm using many technical words. I'm using like triggers and using uh, last bit didn't get. Okay. So actually, I am saying okay, you are able to identify, fine. Triggers you identify, children, weather, something, something, something. What is the related emotion with that? Am I get frustrated or am I get angry? Whether I get feel like hatred, I get a feeling like something. We are talking about all non-likable triggers. Feeling like insulted, anything. So you are making a chart. Here, these are incidents. Here, these are triggers related with these incidents. Now, here, you are writing related emotions. I hope you are able to write it down. Now, this chart is very important for today. You haven't you haven't made this chart ever before. I don't need your answer here. Please write your answer at your place only. Once again, explaining triggers. Okay. I please don't write your answers whether you are feeling insult or heavy. I don't need. Don't write in chat. Triggers are those small material or anything could be a trigger which makes your mind upset. I think this question is asked by Shreya. Shreya, did you log in little late? Okay. What time you log in? Actually, triggers are those small piece of anything which makes my mood activated. maybe in good mood or bad mood, it get me activated. Like in common terms, we say that you pressed my buttons. So that is called trigger. Trigger can be anything. What you are not able to understand, SPN Bora. Yeah, I really want to know what you are not able to understand. Triggers are those things which change your mood, which make your mood activated. You joined late, then I cannot do anything. So now you can see the class on YouTube later and you can understand. So this is very important. If you understand, I am getting a trigger from outside and I am generating one emotion inside. And this is what I am upset. Somebody came with a word. I generated one emotion in me out of that word. I get disturbed. This is what upset. How I get upset, when I get upset, because I am collided with non likable trigger. Now, question number two. What should I do immediately to set my upset mood? What should I do immediately to set my upset mood? Now, in the beginning itself, I told you moods are very temporary. Moods can be changed easily. Triggers are the most important thing to generate a mood. Now, this is the only solution. Immediately, if you want to set your mood, you need to identify your likable triggers. Just now, till now, whatever you written in your list in the previous activity, you made a list of triggers. These are your non-likable triggers. Now, right now, take your paper and pen and write down your likable triggers. It may be a memory piece, it may be your grandchildren, it may be a song, it may be a piece of knowledge, it may be anything. It may be Sister Ruchi's class, it may be anything. I'm just joking. It may be anything. So write down your likable triggers. List it down. I'll give you some time. List 10 likable triggers which leads you to happy mood, to good mood. It may be a food, it may be a fragrance, it may be anything. Write down your likable triggers. Make a list of 10 likable triggers. And when you are done, please write it here. 10 likable triggers. Take your time. I'm not in a hurry. Take your time. It could be a person, memory, food, song, music, movie, um, class, book, anything, any internet show, material, means your dress, soap, a fragrance, anything could be, any phenomena, any work. Okay, so done. 10 likable triggers. All of you done? 10 likable, anything. It may be like walking, exercise, sleeping. Good. So 10 likable triggers you have written. Now, basically, to set your mood immediately, This is the likable triggers are your remedy. Good. More than 10 are good. So, your likable triggers are very, very important in your life. Whenever your mood is upset, that moment you are like me, myself. Say for a moment, me. Say for a moment, 11:14, 11:15, or 11:16, we start this class. And say, for example, 11:14 or 11:10, something happened and my mood was off. It wasn't. I'm giving an example. My mood was off. But immediately, within 2 minutes, I have to go for a delivery and I have to sit with people. So that moment, I really need to have some strong thing to set myself and go for the delivery. Some in the same way, you people also go in such situation when your mood get upset, and that time you have a very important work. You have to go into the people. You have to talk with somebody. You cannot just neglect that part. And there you feel very there is an internal fight keep going on. Your mood is off, but you want to keep your face up. That moment, these likable triggers are life savior for you. So the answer of question number 2 is likable triggers. How to reset my mood immediately? With the answer is with the help of likable triggers. Always remember you have something around you. In fact, not around you, in your head, which memories, these people, these phone calls, this food, this fragrance help to set your mood. Now, how the mood is very temporary. In the same way, reset of mood with likable triggers are also very temporary. Very temporary. You
All right.
cannot say,
Mhm. Look,
you cannot say that your mood, you will be out master of your mood when you remember a likable trigger. It is not possible. Like, see, it is not possible for going in good mood or bad mood together. That question I will address later. So, if your mood is temporary, mood is generated with a trigger. And what I am doing, I am generating another mood with another trigger. This is a good mood. And I'm trying to make this good mood dominate over bad mood. And this is what is generating the changing my mood immediately. Dr. Vipul Shah is requested to keep your mic on mute. So try to understand this thing that this is again a very temporary solution, very temporary solution. That I generate another mood knowingly using my known triggers that sometimes I am very like say for example I was taking my example only 11:10 I am disturbed and 11:15 I have to go for a session. So between this 5 minutes what I have to do, what should I do which help me to reset my mood and go for the delivery. So what I need to do, I have to remember strong triggers of my good moods, strong likable triggers. What I am going to do, I'm going to remember those. Say, for example, fragrance, or I like coffee very much. So, what I do, I'll make a coffee very quick. I will have a coffee and go for delivery. My mood is up. Or I love my mom very much. So, what I do, I make a call to my mom and I talk to her, and I'm feeling good now. and then I will go for the delivery. Or I feel like when I comb myself, when wash my face, I feel fresh, and that time my mood is very good. So quickly, I have to go for a delivery, but my mood is off. So I work in this way, and I feel my mood becomes set. But this is again not a permanent solution. This is for a very temporary being where you have to go for a delivery and you are just trying to set your mood for a time being. And you will be able to go for delivery, you will be able to go for meeting, it will be done. But remember, when your work will be done, you'll come back that old mood most of the time. Not always, but most of the time, it is prone that you will come back to old bad mood. So here comes question number 3. What I should do, what what training I should give to myself not to get disturbed any further. And question number 4, what to do for emotional stability. These two questions will be answered tomorrow.